You are exhausting yourself. Right now, you are sacrificing your peace for things like winning online arguments with strangers, agonizing over your reflection in the mirror, and stressing over every headline in the daily news. Take a second and ask yourself, will any of the things currently keeping you up at night matter to you in exactly 10 years? I am not guessing here. I spent 38 years working in hospice, sitting at the deathbeds of over 2,000 individuals in their final weeks and days, listening to what they actually said when they knew time was almost gone. I watched the same thing happen over 2,000 times. When time runs out, the anxieties eating you alive right now simply evaporate. They stop mattering. The tragedy is waiting until you are much older, sicker, or closer to the end to realize you wasted so much of yourself on things that didn't deserve your heart. By reverse engineering these end-of-life regrets, we can change how we live today. We start with the exhausting compulsion to always be right. We spend our lives believing we have an obligation to ensure everyone else knows when we are correct. We argue, we push, and we circle back days later with new evidence. But nobody on their deathbed ever wishes they had won more arguments. Being right costs energy and peace. You win the point, you feel superior for 15 minutes, and then you are left with the same problems you had before, just with more distance between you and someone you used to be close to. Then there is the impossible trap of trying to manage what happens inside someone else's head. If someone misunderstands our intentions, we lie awake crafting careful explanations, trying to change their mind. In 1989, a 76-year-old woman named Patricia spent her last 3 weeks doing exactly this. She had widespread cancer, using her remaining energy to write letters to people who judged her decades ago. When I asked if the letters would change their minds, she admitted they probably wouldn't. She put the pen down and finally spent her remaining time with her grandchildren instead. Defending your ego is a toxic investment. Some people have already decided who you are, and no amount of talking will change it. The people who matter will know who you are. Letting others be wrong preserves your own peace. We also carry the heavy burden of societal standards, starting with how we look. There is a vast difference between caring for your physical health and torturing yourself over whether your appearance is acceptable to strangers. Anyone who judges your physical appearance is projecting their own deep insecurities. Their criticism is about their own fear and their inability to accept their own flesh. Your body is just a vehicle that carries you around while you are alive. It is not a project before you are allowed to enjoy your life. Go swimming. Eat the food. Enjoy what your body can do while it still works. Then there is the pressure to stay current. We feel a moral obligation to know every headline and internet controversy. The news cycle is designed to make you feel like everything is an urgent crisis requiring your attention. But most of what feels urgent today will be completely forgotten in 6 months. The things everyone is arguing about this week will be replaced by something else next Tuesday. You are allowed to opt out of the noise. Saying, "I do not have an opinion about that because I have not been following it," is not ignorance. It is choosing to focus on what is real, close, and true. Internally, we hold on to resentments for decades. We catalog mental wrongs done to us in the 1960s, rehearse conversations we will never have, and fantasize about confrontations. The person you are angry at has likely forgotten whatever they did. They are living freely, while you carry this invisible weight everywhere you go. In hospice, families scramble to repair 40 years of distance in their final days. Sometimes it works, but often there isn't enough time, or the person has already died, and the living are left with regrets they can no longer resolve. We also carry the weight of expectations from our adult children. Aging parents often surrender their autonomy, making decisions about their own lives based on whether their children will think they are being foolish or selfish. Forgiveness and boundary setting are not favors you do for others. They are how you reclaim your daily energy. You are still an adult who gets to make your own choices, even if your children are worried. Putting down those heavy weights allows you to live as your own person. The hardest lesson is breaking the belief that our worth is strictly connected to our usefulness. We were raised to believe we earn our place through constant contribution. This makes retirement terrifying. Without a title, people feel they no longer matter. But you are not a machine. Your value is not measured by your output. You do not have to earn your space, your air, or your food through constant optimization and task completion. A good life has space in it. It has rest. It has hours and days that are just for being alive, not for accomplishing. Simply existing is enough. After watching 2,000 people reach the end, the pattern is impossible to ignore. They realized they spent their precious energy on battles that didn't matter and appearances that faded. Some part of your attention is going to something that does not deserve it right now. What is the specific grudge, the daily anxiety, or the useless argument you are wasting your heart on today? The end is coming for all of us, but you do not have to wait until you are 92 to start putting these weights down. Put them down now. Strip away all the trivial battles today. At the end, the only things that will actually remain are peace, the people you love, and the knowledge that you didn't waste your one precious life on things that never should have had your heart.